So I had a request to get things filmed when the equipment came, but the guy showed up really early. Well, he said they were gonna. The company said they were gonna show up between I think like 1 and 5, and he was here at 10:30. So I'm sorry, I didn't have the camera. So I had to take them off, and you can see the crates and what they came in. This is the potato planter, Spedo. It's an Spedo. You can see the cups. Potatoes are in the bin here, obviously, and you know, it just picks up potatoes and then it just dumps them off into the chute. We're taking, they're really close. They're like 3 inches apart. What I'm going to do is take off every other one here. They also can do a foot. You take 2 off, you can do a foot spacing. I want the potatoes at 6 inches, so every other one I'm going to take a cup off. Give me 6 inches between each potato plant. You can see that it has the discs in the back to cover the plant after they're adjustable. You can see that they have the scrapers on them, scrape dirt off of them. They're adjustable, either both going in and out and up and down. You can see how they did that. They have spaces so you can move them in and out. And then how deep you want to go, you can move it down. It's ground driven. You can see the chain here, how it moves the chain up there. That's all it does. They both drive. I'm tired, I'm sorry. My voice is even gone because I've been busy, really busy. I'll show you another project. We put the plow on. If you guys want to know what a Massey 85 is, you know, look it up. It's that's that old tractor. It's gonna do the plowing, you know, and that's how that's gonna go. He's gonna do the plowing with a Massey 85. It's probably comparable to a 3020 John Deere, if you know what that looks like. But I kind of like it because it's a Massey. Alright, so in the front of the machine you have the wedge, and it splits the ground, and right behind it, right here under, if you can really see, I'm going to do this. Maybe you can see better than I can, but I have looked already. The potatoes just fall right behind after the wedge goes through, and it goes in the ground, and then those discs cover it up. Fairly simple. All the way from Italy. This is adjustable too, the wedge. You can see the bolts, so you can drop it down. You know, it's probably all, yeah, it is all the way up, but you can drop it down. Of course, it's on a 3-point hitch, so those discs are going to have to go down anyway, because the wheels have to hit the dirt to drive it, and this has to go in the dirt to plant, so the wheels aren't even hardly touching right now, see? So everything has to be adjusted. The wedge has to go down, the discs have to go down, have to be adjusted down so they go into the dirt once you drop it with the 3-point hitch. Next to it is the harvester. It's PTO driven. The shaft is up there we just set it up there after we took it out of the crate. But you can see the PTO shaft here, and then it's obviously 3-point hitch mounted. And what this thing does is as it spins, this thing spins around like this, right? And it just shakes that thing, the cage back there. This thing just moves back and forth like this. This is a knife this part of it here. You see it right here. This is a knife, and it goes into the ground under the potatoes, and then it just shoves the dirt up in there with the potatoes, and then as that thing is rocking back and forth, it separates the dirt from the potatoes, and the potatoes just fling out the back. Sorry, my voice. It's been a really long day. And you can adjust the height like this. It's just, you can't probably see it moving, but it's moving it down, it moves it up, this way, moves it hot. This gets raised and lowered. So, depending on how far you're going into the dirt. So, everything's adjustable. You know, you just have to drop it in the dirt, and this is pretty simple. You just drop it in the dirt and pull it along, and then it shakes the potatoes right out of the back. When it separates everything, and you can see how they're pretty wide. You know, there's an inch or so between them, and the dirt falls through, and the potatoes are spit out the back. Pretty simple. Then you've got to, of course, it's better than what I was doing, digging them up with a middle buster, and then you still have to dig through the dirt. With this, the potatoes just laying on top, so that's pretty cool. So that was part of the morning, getting them here off the truck and everything, and we spent a bunch of time trying to figure out how to hook that plow up to the old Massey 85. Finally figured that out. We had, it's just, you know, those things haven't been used in a lot of years, so we were looking for parts, and then that finally got done. Okay, so I was telling you the other day, or maybe I didn't, I don't know. I drug that field with my Massey, and I used a small drag behind my cultivator. The cultivator did a good job too. It sits right there. You can see the tines on it, and then I had a drag back here hooked to it. It did a pretty good job like that, actually. I didn't mind doing it that way, actually, but we had two sections of smaller 3-foot drags, all right, and one of them I was using, and then we just put them together. It's not done yet, but there it is. So it's 6 foot now. It's a 6-foot drag. They're old, man, but they work. We still got to make a bar in the front so that, you know, you don't pull them apart. You know, we can't just put a chain on there and pull it, because then they'll separate the back. So you have to have them dragged equally. So in other words, you have to have a bar hooked here and then pull it in the middle, so the bar is pulling them both at equal strength. You wouldn't think so. I added all these tines in the back, and it just fixed this. So it actually works good. You know, it's old, but they work. This is the one I had last year already, and I put it together pretty good. It all works. Pretty cool, right? So they're chained in the middle together. You can see these two tines or teeth are close, because the way it is set up, you know, there's nothing in the middle. These two teeth will take care of the middle part. And all we got left is to put the bar in the front, so we can figure that out. But there's the drag. Pretty awesome. 6-footer. You know, they make a lot of stuff for these tractors that you buy, the smaller ones, but they don't work that good, you know. You know, like you can get a disc harrow, and they always want you to mount it on the, you know, the 3-point hitch, and then it's just not enough weight. You want one that you can pull with a drawbar, and then have it hydraulic lifted with a hydraulic, and then and then have it heavy and set it right in the ground. And then they could do a 5-footer for that. But this drag, this is just like, I don't know, there's not many people maybe, I don't know, there's some of you may remember the old drags. That's how they used to cultivate, or not cultivate, but, you know, get the soil ready for planting with these drags. And that's what this is. And you set these teeth into the ground and they really tear it up. They get that ground all tore up and, you know, and it just drags right in the ground. There's, you know, it's just those teeth stick in the ground and that's it. They just drag. Now, I know that these teeth are old and then one day I'm going to have to replace them, and I will. Or maybe if I can find another drag. But okay, the other thing is you can't find any drags like this. They don't make them anymore. I mean, there are kinds of drags you see out there, but they look like toys. And they don't work very well. I've seen them. It's like, you're just playing. So these ones, these are old. This is actually made for a farm. And these sections were made from a bigger drag at one time. So and now it's 6 foot. I found them at 5 feet, 6 feet, but they're all these, you know damn well, you know, it's just not going to really do the dirt. I mean, we're talking about plowing, real plows. So that will do the trick. It's a nice drag. It'll work on this, because like I said, I hooked that up, that cultivator, and then I hooked that one drag behind it, and that Massey pulled it pretty damn good. So I'm not too worried about that, pulling a 6-footer. I like it. You know, and having it separated in the middle a little bit, it gives it flexibility, you know, to move around some, you know, right there in the middle. They need to flex a little bit. But yeah, and here's a Spedo potato equipment. They're here. They're pretty awesome looking in real life. I don't know what they look like on film to anybody. But you can adjust everything. Like I said, everything is adjustable. Ready to plant and harvest potatoes. Yeah. Well, it was a real busy day. I'm going to go home again. I'm sorry I didn't get to film that, take him out. It's just a truck. It was a tractor trailer. He pulled up to the barn, or, you know, in the driveway. And he had a lift gate, and down they came, and we just, you know, took that backhoe that's sitting out here. And then we just hauled them in here, and took them apart. And then unboxed them, and took them in. That's all we did. We didn't do anything more. Getting them here was pretty cool. Getting them in here, I mean. And I had my tools, because I had to put all these tines on the back. They were missing on this side of drag, this side here. So I had to put them all together. And you know, do some. So now I got my drag. We're ready for dirt work. The plow's all ready to go, just about. He's got to adjust it when he gets in the field and then plow. That acre's back there, and I'll drag when he's, after he's done, I'll go out there and drag it a couple times probably. And then pick stone. And then, no. I'm pretty happy about it. It looks good. It looks old, I know it. You're like, oh my God. But I'll tell you what. Like I said, I used this section 2 years now. And I think I replaced some bolts on the handle maybe, but other than that. And then on this one maybe I'll have to tighten things up after I get using it a little bit, but you know, look at that thing. It's been sitting in that barn down there, that old barn. I gotta get it to adjust them, and these things gotta be cleaned out. A little more oil maybe on it. Huh, other than that, yeah. We're gonna be using a drag. Nice one. Ready to go to work. What do you think? Anyway, I'm tired. It was such a busy day. My hands are all this crap. I'm beat up. Excuse me. Just one of those days. It was real busy. It's raining now. It's misting now. But it's probably 50. Next week we're in the 70s again, and we'll be plowing that field. Tomorrow I have a dentist appointment again. Yuck. Alright. I'll catch up with you guys. Thanks for watching. See ya.